Hello and welcome back to Tungsten Tales. Day 3 of the Super Series is done, and what a story we've got for you today. Raymond van Barneveld is a ranking event winner. Just 3 days into his recommenced professional career after winning his tour card at Q School. Day 1 and 2 didn't quite go to plan, but on day 3 Raymond van Barneveld is a Players' Championship event winner, and his first big TV event, his first ranking event win for 7 years. A huge moment in the career of Raymond van Barneveld, and you've got to say, from what we saw at Q School and what we've seen over the first couple of days, it's been coming for Raymond, and maybe I'm just surprised it's happened so soon. We'll have a quick look at his results first of all. I mean, there's nowhere else to start. Raymond van Barneveld with some absolutely monstrous games and some absolutely stupendous performances to see him to the title today, and the £10,000 jackpot that he picks up in winning. In the early rounds, Christoph Chuck was seen off with relative ease before defeating Rob Cross, another former world champion, defeated 100 average that time for Barney. Another last leg decider victory was enough to see off Mervyn King, a player that's been in terrific form. 105.7 saw off Darius Labanauskas 6-1. Alan Suter and then Ian White in the semi-finals were dispatched with ease. 100.5 in the semi-final against the Diamond, and he then defeated Joe Cullen in the final. Just a 94 average, but I was glued to that screen, as I'm sure many of you were as well. What a day for Raymond van Barneveld, his first ranking event win for 7 years, and well, we can certainly expect him to be in the fray and in there for all these ranking events, and maybe just we will see him in a TV game sometime soon, maybe even at the UK Open next week. We also have to focus on the player that lost that final, Joe Cullen. He won the first event on day 1 just a couple of days ago, defeating Johnny Clayton in the final of that one. Another big day for the rock star. He defeated lots of Robert John Rodriguez. Daryl Gurney, a 6-0 win there with 100 average. 105 was enough to see off the Polish Eagle Krzysztof Ratajski, but just coming up short in that final. He did it a huge 119 finish on the ball to keep it alive, I believe 5-all, or maybe even make it 5-4 at the time, but some crucial missed doubles, and maybe slightly nervous towards the end of that match against the great Dutchman, as he unfortunately lost that by a scoreline of 6-8. The other big story coming out a little bit earlier from today is that Gerwyn Price, the world number 1, the current world champion, has pulled out of the last 2 Super Series events, including today's event, due to a ear infection. He did compete in the first 2 events, but averages sort of somewhere between 85 and 90 in the 3 matches he did play. Not up to his usual standard, and obviously now recuperating and resting ahead of the UK Open, which he'll want to go on and claim some ranking money and hopefully build his gap over the world number 2, the current world number 2, Michael van Gerwen, because Peter Wright is just a couple of 3,000 away, I believe, from Michael van Gerwen. So the world number 2 spot also in jeopardy for Mighty Mike. Johnny Clayton, another player that had a great day, 2 successive finals on day 1 and 2, making a quarter-final this afternoon. Ian White back on it, made his semi-final, 96 average in his quarter-final win over the Premier League champion Glenn Durrant. Pretty impressive from the Diamond. He's not had a great few days up in Bolton, but seemingly finding a little bit of form now. Michael van Gerwen, not a good day for him. Out in the first round once again to Darius Labanauskas this time. Defeated the other day by Louis Williams, and he hasn't featured in past the last 16 stages of these 3 Players' Championship events. He seems like he's playing alright, 99 average there against Darius, but not having that ruthless nature maybe we're used to seeing from Michael van Gerwen, so he was defeated in the opening round. Other names to have a quick look at: Peter Wright. He defeated Jason Lowe in the opening round with a 103 average, and then on to Steve Beaton. A last leg decider was needed to see off Barry Van Peert in the last 32, but then 98 average against Glenn Durrant, 88, 10 points ahead, 11 points nearly ahead in the averages, but couldn't get the job done against Duzza, who was unfortunately, as we see, knocked out of the quarter-final stage a little bit later on. But a little bit of an improved performance, you would have to say, from Peter Wright. He really hasn't been at the races the last few days. But a good result tomorrow, and he can jump Michael van Gerwen in the race for the second place spot in the PDC Order of Merit. So Raymond van Barneveld, he is back in the winner's circle, a Players' Championship event winner just 3 days into his recommenced professional career, as I say. And we've got one more day to cover, one more day of the Super Series coming tomorrow, Sunday evening, from the White's Hotel in Bolton. Will Raymond van Barneveld do it again? Will one of the big names trump all the rest to come through, or will we see an outside winner like we saw on day 2 with Callan Rids? We'll have all of it covered here on Tungsten Tales tomorrow evening, hopefully around 8 o'clock. We'll see you then.